Yeah, that's true. Oh, hey, Wastelanders. So, 76 is full of a lot of hidden mechanics that you might not be familiar with, but could change the way you play the game. So, today I thought it would be fun to take a look at 10 helpful tips to help you have a better experience in the Wasteland. So, let's get to it. If you're low on fusion cores, here's a quick way to farm some. Every Gatling laser you craft comes with a fusion core, meaning you can essentially just use scrap to build your own stockpile of fusion cores. Make sure you craft the lowest level possible to save on resources though. Of course, you'll need to farm for the resources to build the Gatling laser, but this can be an easier way at times to get fusion cores when running low. The plan for a Gatling laser can be found at several Brotherhood vendors across Appalachia, including the White Springs Resort and Bunker, and vendor bought Phoenix and Watoga. Just make sure your character is at least level 25, or it may not be available. Also, note that Gatling lasers you find in the wild, or receive from completing events or other tasks, do not give you a fusion core when scrapped. Now let's chat about fishing. When you're casting your line, keep an eye on your bobber. Right as it is pulled under the surface, you will typically see it pull slightly in a direction. That direction is your clue. Pull your input toward the direction of the sunken bobber. This way the slice will be closer to the catch when the minigame pops up, making it easier to reel in. And this is especially helpful with harder catches like local legends. And here's a bonus tip. If you place your camp box on the border of two regions, like the forest and ash heap, you can actually fish from both regions in the same camp. It's a great little trick for dual region fish farming. If you want the full breakdown, check out my dual fishing camp video. Alright, let's talk loot. There are a few hidden gems around the map that are absolutely piled with good loot. Some of the best spots include the top floor of a building by the abandoned Bogtown workshop. That is packed with telephones, clipboards, globes, typewriters, and more, making it a great spot for screws, springs, gears, and other materials. You can jump in from the elevator shaft above or climb in from the scaffolding below to an otherwise hidden and inaccessible floor. Another one of my favorite hidden spots is called the Myers Eye. In the room where the enemy in the power armor spawns, there is a somewhat secret door leading to a hidden armory. There is a red button by a wall, and when you push it, it will reveal the secret room with lots of ammo, canisters, and more. On a fun note, Vault 51 is another solid location for grabbing clean, unused versions of items. Good for scrapping or decorating your camp. To access Vault 51, you'll need to go to the trailer on the left side of where you spawn in, walk to the back of it, and press the red button, which will open the vault door. I know there's a lot of other good places for loot too, so let me know in the comments some of your favorites. Now this is a tip many of us may know, but it did take me a while to discover, so I wanted to include it here. Appalachia is full of hidden quests and encounters, and one good way to find them is to read flyers posted on bulletin boards, like at train stations, trading posts, and other spots. They're packed with little leads and quest starters you can easily miss. One of my absolute favorites is Biv, the tipsy robo-brain that gives out daily quests after you follow a party flyer that takes you through a fun quest line. There's also the Observant Radstag encounter, which leads you to a hidden cache. And there's even an unmarked quest line hiding in Vault 51, with a surprise boss battle at the end. And why not check it out, since you'll be heading there for loot anyways. Even something as simple as a newspaper at the Southern Belle Hotel can trigger a fun storyline. There's a lot of fun quests and encounters out there, so be on the lookout. And a quick tip for newer players is while you're at train stations, check the maps. Those little pushpins, you can actually interact with them to mark every other train station in the region, which makes fast travel a whole lot easier. So here's one for all of the non-QoL players out there. And it's kind of a weird one, but very useful. At White Springs, there's a sulfur water fountain. The surprising thing is that drinking from it cures diseases. I wonder if this is a shout out to the way shrines in Oblivion. Anyways, if you're out of disease cures or you don't have a symptomatic at your camp, that fountain is a lifesaver, so be sure to check it out. But of course, if you're a ghoul, you don't need to worry about diseases. Another cool trick a lot of players might miss is that your grenade damage inherits the first legendary effect from whatever weapon you have equipped. That means things like instigating, anti-armor, and even vampires effects will apply directly to your thrown explosives. Just swap to whatever weapon you want the effect of your grenade to take on before tossing it, and boom, extra damage, healing, or armor shred, all from your grenades. Pretty cool. Next up, let's talk about some perk cards that make your life a little easier. If you ever get too weighed down, don't forget, you can still fast travel even while over-encumbered. If you grab the Travel Agent card, it makes fast traveling while encumbered possible. It will just cost extra caps. But it can be worth it when you don't feel like making a long trek or have a survival tent. And the nice thing is, free fast travel points like Nuka World are still free, so you don't even have to spend any caps. Super Duper is another great one to get extra materials for players when crafting items. It doesn't work with everything, but there's plenty of craftable goods that this perk does apply to. Especially helpful when crafting fusion cores and other high resource cost items. And Good with Salt is perfect if you're hoarding food buffs during the raid and other activities. It keeps your food fresh way longer, 90% longer, and saves you from wasting expensive ingredients. Alright, let's talk about saving on stash space. One of the easiest things you can do is to throw all of your power armor pieces onto a chassis and then store the entire frame. The chassis takes up 10 pounds of space, which is much less compared to each piece being stored individually. You can also bulk your components to reduce weight. This doesn't work with everything, but will usually reduce the weight by around 15 to 25% on certain items. Also, if your stash is overflowing, try Fallout First for a month. During that time, craft an ammo box and scrap box to store unlimited junk and ammo. Even after your subscription ends for the month, the containers stay at your camp, and you can still take items out, making it a great way to offload extra weight for good. And sometimes they offer it free for a month, so be on the lookout. Speaking of power armor, something I recommend for every power armor user is naming your chassis. Open your Pip-Boy, inspect your chassis, and look for the rename option. You can name them based on builds, events, factions, silliness, whatever works for you. Not only does it help keep things organized and stop you from grabbing the wrong frame by accident, but the biggest thing is that it can prevent you from accidentally scrapping your chassis since it will be named something that stands out from the rest. And last but not least, you can actually open your Pip-Boy while sitting or laying down. Just go to the map, select any quest icon, and choose Show in Pip-Boy. This will then allow you to access your Pip-Boy while you remain sitting or laying down. It's a small thing, but it's useful when you find yourself wanting to check your inventory or perks without having to move. You know, for those lazy wasteland days. Hopefully these tips will help make your next adventure in the wasteland a little bit smoother. If it does, please leave a like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments your favorite tip to help out other players. You too. Also, don't forget to join my Discord and channel and check out my socials below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the wasteland.